This is a Cartoon Moxie video.
While we were gone, I think I grew a chest hair. What's that saying to you? Hey, when we come back, I got dibs on all the makeout scenes. Admit it, you missed us. Okay, I'll give you a quarter.
I'm afraid we must leave you for a moment. Please try not to touch anything. It's all been disinfected. Thank you.
When we get back from where we are going back where we were. I know people there. Were we just here a minute ago? I feel familiar. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back. Eddy, what is a dial? We're back. You look frightened.
I would strongly advise against changing the channel at this juncture in our relationship. I have difficulties with abandonment. It's good to be back. It's like underwear straight from the dryer.
Oh, sure, losing your duds is a minor inconvenience, but look at the bright side. Ed got a chance to air himself out, and we all know he needs it. Now back to Ed, Edd, and Eddy on Cartoon Network.
Those girls have a mean streak in them. And speaking of streak, it's a long run home from that pond, boys. The Eds will be right back on Cartoon Network. These guys can't win for losing. The Eds are back. Ed, Edd, and Eddy will return as soon as their clothes do. I told you, boys, the first rule of skinny dipping, don't do it. You lost your keys on that ride, huh? And look what Double D lost. Eds, you better not be taking a bath. You know it's not Saturday. Is it? We'll be back with more Ed, Edd, and Eddy on Cartoon Network. Watch as the coaster goes round and round and it comes out here. Girls, when I told you these boys would give you the shirts off their backs, I didn't mean their pants, too. We'll be back with more Ed, Edd, and Eddy. Boy, the fun never stops. Whoops, spoke too soon.
We now return to Ed, Edd, and Eddy on Cartoon Network.
Don't worry, boys. You're going to love girls later on. Maybe not the cankers. Almost definitely not the cankers. Ed, Edd, and Eddy will be right back. Now back to more slurping good fun.
It looks like the boys are all tied up at the moment, so we'll return with more of Ed, Edd, and Eddy on Cartoon Network after these messages.
We'll be right back with more of Ed, Edd, and Eddy on Cartoon Network.
Ed, bite your tongue! No! Your tongue! Hey, Eds, why don't you try a little reverse psychology and chase the girls? It just might work. That's how you got here? Never mind. Suck 'em if you got 'em. Ed, Edd, and Eddy are back. I'll admit those canker girls look a lot better with those female decorations. Goodness knows they can't look any worse. And now Double D removes his hat. Made you look.
We now return to Ed, Edd, and Eddy on Cartoon Network. Watch as the coaster goes around and around, and it comes out here. Anchor girls have got a real mean streak in them. And speaking of streak, it's a long run home from that pond, boys. The Eds will be right back. These guys can't win for losing. The Eds are back.
Oh, sure, losing your duds is a minor inconvenience, but look at the bright side. Ed's got a chance to air himself out, and we all know he needs it.
You're watching the Powerpuff Girls on Cartoon Network. It's the Powerpuff Girls, and it's a bunch of roaches. This is disgusting. Squash like a bug. The Powerpuff Girls are all heart. Look out for this one, though. She's a little firecracker. Nothing can stop them, except maybe for these yucky bugs. Nope, not even yucky bugs can stop the Powerpuff Girls. They will return. Now back to the Powerpuff Girls. Oh, Buttercup, you are something else. Are you ready for action? Ready for little girls to beat the stuffing out of bad guys? Well, you'll have to wait. The Powerpuff Girls will return. You're watching the Powerpuff Girls on Cartoon Network. Precious little Bubbles. She works so hard. Oh boy, don't do it! I'm telling the professor! Now, back to... Whoa, I forgot she could do that. This is Bubbles, with the building blocks to a better tomorrow. This is Buttercup, who's just a pain in the bucket sometimes. The Powerpuff Girls will return. Excuse me, Evil. It's ladies first. How do I spell action? I spell it Powerpuffgirls. That's really more trouble than it's worth. You're watching the Powerpuff Girls on Cartoon Network. Little girls that can fly and zip through the air? Why, that's crazy talk. Or is it? The Powerpuff Girls will return. Save the day, girls! Like they need a reminder. When we return, the Powerpuff Girls will continue to fight crime and thwart evil. Say, that's a funny word, thwart. Thwart. Go, girls, go! Okay, that's enough. Don't get too worked up before nap time.
This has been a Cartoon Moxie video. T&W Studios.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!